President. Mr. Lenard. Here. Mr. Camello.
Here.
Mrs. Coder. Mrs. Coder is attempting to transfer in by phone. Are you there? Okay, I do not believe she's here at this time. Mr. Helmling.
Here.
Ms. Heffley.
Here.
Mr. Siziani.
Here.
Mr. Minoski.
Here.
Mr. Sandvisky.
Here.
Mrs. Washman.
Here.
Mayor Kuzic.
Here.
For the record, we have filling in for Solicitor Rakutis, Solicitor Jeff, is it Reese?
Reese, yes.
Jeff Reese, okay. Also myself, D.S. Warcheck, we do have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. Is any of the one public visitor like to speak? Are you sure? Okay, review of the prior meeting minutes, March 25th, 2014, council meeting minutes. We have a motion to approve those minutes. You were saying something? Oh, thank you. So it's been motion been moved and seconded to approve the minutes for March 25th. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Okay, motion carries. Next motion to approve the payment of the May bill list. Anybody?
I'll make a motion to approve the payment of the May bill list. Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the May bill list. All those, any discussion on the May bill list? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Motion carries.
We have to do a roll call because that's, I'm sorry, back to
I was just going to say.
okay.
Roll call, please.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Lenard.
Aye.
Mr. Camello.
Aye.
Mr. Helmling.
Aye.
Mr. Siziani.
We're going to be voting on something that's going to be part of the bill list. Do I abstain? I have to abstain on the vote.
Are you asking Ron or asking me?
Ron?
Yeah, I think it has to do with the real estate refund, and if we pass the refunds, that check is on this bill list. Mr. Solicitor, it is not direct to him, it is to an organization which he receives benefit from.
Did part of their.
Okay, there's your
Just abstain.
abstain, okay. Ms. Heffley,
Aye.
Mr. Minoski,
Aye.
Mr. Sandvisky,
Aye.
Mrs. Washner.
Aye.
Motion carries 7 ayes, 1 abstention.
Okay, next we have the reports, and you are first.
Thank you, Mr. President. I realize that we visit this quite a bit, but I received on our email, on our website, a request from the Assumption Catholic School from Becky Levicki, inquiring as to whether the borough would consider donating the rental of the pool for a pool party or a pavilion that could be raffled off in one of their baskets. Proceeds from the flea market that would go directly to the school and keeping tuition down. Your consideration is appreciated. I put that up to council for their wishes.
There is a list of what we can donate to in the borough law, borough code, and so I think we have to look into that to see exactly what we're allowed to give. We can only give to what the state legislature has allowed us to give to.
Agreed.
So I think we need to know that.
Mark, what is the cost on the, let's see, they want,
It's either a pavilion rental or a pool
they want
rental.
the shovel around?
Yeah,
How much is that?
I think it's about $82.
yeah, I was saying 75, I think is a rate, so.
Rather than go into a lot of research, I mean, I'll just pay it.
Okay. I will let them know and get all those arrangements made. Thank you.
That's nice of you, Jim. But I do believe we should look into this because we're going to get a lot more requests.
Will do.
So we need to know what we are allowed to donate to.
The last seminar I went to almost says that you should refuse anything that has to do with nonprofits. So I will get a specific list.
We need to know, because we
Yes.
only can donate to what the state legislature allows us to donate.
Will do.
I believe we made that mistake already.
Yes.
Donated to somebody we were eligible.
I'm sure of that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jim.
All right, the next item is an update on the West Riverview Wall, the 2013 SOAR project. John Rusnak asked me to pass the following on to the council. On the Riverview Wall, he'll have discussions for the DPW committee. He's awaiting the geotech proposals and the survey baseline to monitor potential wall movement to be set this week, weather permitting. That's the wall cave-in over on West Riverview. Item 2, the sewer project. This is the 2013 sewer project, which the bidding came in actually lower than the budget, and even John was concerned about how low the bids came in, so we've been putting extra tasks related to that project and bring it up to the budget level. There is a manhole being installed on Kendall and point repair on Gilliland this week, lining of adjacent pipes to follow repair. Third item he asked me to update on is DCNR Skate Plaza project. He's working on sizing the rain garden. We'll provide draft plans to committee for review and input on June 3rd. So that completes that item. The third item I have, I put a resolution on everyone's desk today that came to me after being reviewed by Solicitor Rakunas. It is Resolution 1414 authorizing the engineer solicitor rotation for the Joint Planning Commission. While it says it's for 1 year, it does state, I believe, for 3 years on the face of the resolution. This has been reviewed by Matt Rakunas, and if council wishes, they can vote on this tonight. If they don't, we can send it through the rotation.
Can I make a comment on it, or should I wait until we're going to vote?
I'm open to whatever council wishes it, because I just introduced it, so.
That's a good idea.
Okay, I have brought this up, and in fact, I brought it up in the intergovernmental committee meeting, and I've emailed to Scott Keener. We are the largest municipality in the Joint Planning Commission, and our solicitor has never been given an assignment as legal counsel for the Joint Planning Commission. And here, it's still until July of 2015 to June of 2016. I mean, you know, when is it our turn? And they said that our past solicitor, you know, asked to be skipped. Well, that was never brought to council. The solicitor doesn't have the authority to say skip something, and then, hey, okay, if you want to skip it, at least exchange, but not like say, okay, well, you're done for 3 more years. That's crap, and I'm not going to vote for this, because our solicitor, you know, I want to be, you know, in the rotation this year. Enough's enough already. The Ben Avalon, well, it's the Avalon solicitor, because Ben Avalon, I think, got a new solicitor, but I believe it's our time.
So,
My opinion.
well, I mean, we can have Ron.
Oh, I can either comment or we can vote it down, and I can say that it was denied and explain why. Either way, it's fine with me. Depends on what council, whether they wish to go formal or just to continue to have comments.
You could call and ask why that never happened.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Will do.
Yeah, and see if there's anything they can do to make that change.
Okay.
There's no time factor involved.
I've not been told. All I got was that over the line, so.
So, I mean, it's a good point. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
So maybe we wait until the next meeting, but it's not important to wait.
No, I've got no indication of urgency.
Okay. If council wants, when we get to that, if you want to wait for the next meeting, think.
In line with the same, as a segue on the Joint Planning Commission, I did officially receive a letter of resignation by a member. I'm sorry, his mind, I didn't write it down.
Bob Plasher.
Bob Plauscher has submitted his formal resignation by email to me. We do have 2 people who have previously identified the desire to be our representative. One is Jane Brodlick, and help me with the second one again, Dave Gilligan. I don't know if council wishes to go ahead and vote. Again, I just got the resignation a couple of days ago. If council wishes to designate one of the 2 of them as our representative, fine. If not, you know, we can run that through the cycle of committee to pre-council to council. So again, I'm looking for guidance from council.
Representative for what?
Joint planning.
Okay.
Okay, I'll put it on rotation.
Yeah.
Okay.
But don't we need a resolution for that too?
Yes. Okay, and the last item, I did also put the minutes to the April 1st, 2014 DPW committee meeting. Two reasons. One, to get it finished, and two, I asked you to look at the format, which is more of an outline format that's been suggested to me by several council members. Hopefully, if we okay the part-time assistant, the part-time administrative person in today's meeting, we'll catch up on a bunch of things, but I would enjoy your feedback as to whether this is enough information to put on the committee minutes, because the mayor has voiced and Linda's voiced it, we want to at least have it outlined. So again, take a look at it, see if you like it. I welcome your comments. Go ahead.
Take a look at that.
There is a set of minutes for the April 1st Public Works Committee meeting. And I'm just looking at A, it's complete, and B, take a look at the format, see if it's something you like. That completes my report, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Did you want to see mine?
Amen. Okay, any questions for Ron? Any more comments for the administration? Okay, next are the reports. First is finance, and Kathy's not here, so Matt, you're up.
First thing, we talked about social media usage policy, and since applicants in here, we are, if it's okay with everyone, talk about that at the council or the committee.
Okay.
Everyone has it, but share it. The only motion we have is a motion to approve resolution 12-14, authorizing the hiring of a part-time administrative clerk.
Anyone second that motion?
I'll second.
Okay. We moved and seconded to approve resolution 12-14, authorizing the hiring of a part-time administrative clerk. Discussion on the motion.
Should we have our names so we know who it is?
Yeah, I don't have that.
It was on the resolution. Jessica,
No, Rachel
Coleman?
Colbert.
Okay, maybe I just missed
It's
it.
okay.
It was on the resolution we got back last week. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
That's all. And any discussion on that motion? All those in favor say aye. Nays? Okay, that, roll call, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Camello.
Aye.
Mr. Lenore.
Aye.
Mr. Heldman.
Aye.
Mr. Siziani.
Aye.
Ms. Heflin. Mrs. Washner. Mr. Sandusky. Mr. Menosky. Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Matt. Any questions for Matt and finance? Okay, thank you again, Matt. Next is Parks and Recreation. Lynn.
All right, I wanted to request a short executive session to discuss the personnel matter before my report.
Okay.
Can you be more specific about personnel, because it needs to be more specific?
A poll, I'm hiring for the poll.
So she wants to discuss the personnel matter as far as hiring.
Fine, ready?
Okay. So we're going to have that now?
I would ask that we remain here just as we stand out there, as opposed to, it takes too long.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It will be short.
Sorry, public residents, friends. Please, we'll be done shortly. Thank you, Greg. Do you need to say anything about that? No? Okay. All right, so Lynn Larson, please.
All right, just reporting on the library centennial celebration. I think it was very successful. The Friday night event, we were over 60 adults, very nice to the band and refreshments. People seemed to enjoy themselves. The following day, Saturday, May 17th, we had at least, I think, close to 200 people there. The weather was a factor because we did have rain and cold. We had a nice crowd, and it rained, and some people left, and then more people came. But I think everyone enjoyed themselves. Shea Vincent came up and helped. Mayor Kusick was there. Other council members stopped, and Denise and her staff did an outstanding job. And as well as Ann Moss and Terry House, they really worked themselves out there.
Kathy Halligan.
And Kathy Halligan, right? Yes. So it was a very nice event, and I think it was enjoyed by everyone who came.
It was a really nice event. You did a good job.
Thanks.
Could you state who was on the committee?
I don't have all their names right in front of me. I wanted to bring that up publicly, but I don't have them with me. But we are going to be recognizing them and and some citizens who volunteered, who helped with the landscaping and some other things. So I think next month, maybe we'll recognize all of them at our meeting.
Good.
All right.
Okay.
The pediment update, we don't really have an update. They're up there, we're working on it.
They're up there, and we need to work on estimates and solutions for putting up permanently. They're up there temporarily, kind of bolted up. We need to put flashing in and appropriately uninstall and reinstall them, and that's something that we're in the process of.
Right.
Councilman Howland will get through.
But everyone has commented how nice they look.
Oh,
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
Except the birds.
Yeah. Well, I lost them.
All right, next I have a motion to hire Rachel Trocchio as a part-time assistant pool manager.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to hire Rachel Stracchio as part-time assistant pool manager. Discussion on the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Roll call, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mrs. Washburn.
Aye.
Mr. Menosky. Mr. Sinvisky. Mr. Siziani. Mr. Leonard. Mr. Camello. Ms. Heffley.
Aye.
Mr. Hellman.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Can I add something?
Yes, please.
This is what we discussed in the executive session, was the assistant pool manager position, so that people know what we were talking about.
Lastly, it's not on here, but I just wanted to say the pool opened this weekend for Memorial Day. It was great up there. It was a very successful weekend. We've sold over 416 passes already. So we're off to a good start.
Thank you. I want to say thank you again. The library celebration was really nice. Extremely. Thank you.
We might add that Anna Moss was there selling passes on.
Right. Yes, she was up all 3 days.
It's all weekend. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, any other questions for Lynn, Parks and Rec? Okay, next, Public Works, Linda.
Okay, does anybody have any input concerning the road paving for this particular season?
And I wanted to mention that we had discussed last year, streets like Woods and Thomas that are the cobblestone. There's been many complaints about them, the grass, the unevenness, the grass growing in between, the garbage, and the salt truck can't get up there in the winter, and also even the residents, somebody had an appraisal done on their house, and they said that the condition of that street, that the value of their house,
What street was that?
was it Woods or Thomas, I can't remember, but they're almost twins up there.
Yeah, I think you have the same issue with both.
And I'm sure they're going to be expensive, but I think we need to start somewhere on fixing some of those cobblestone streets. It's almost a straight shot up.
Okay, Ron, can you add this to the agenda for public works?
Will do.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Washburn, did you get my email on the suggestion also?
I did. Our committee got what was recommended by DPW, and I haven't had the opportunity to visit those streets. I don't know if anyone else on the committee has, but hopefully we can get to it before our committee meeting. And I'm asking that the street opening ordinance be placed under the ordinance. However, let me mention this. Now, I haven't mentioned this to the other people on the committee, but I was talking to the solicitor, and I've got some concerns about that particular ordinance. It doesn't have, I have a list, that doesn't have any guarantee of work, no definitions, no permit fees and insurance, nothing about one call, nothing about gutters. So, I have asked our solicitor to look at this, and then maybe if we can incorporate the prior ordinance and this new ordinance to get, I think, a better ordinance. Although I want this done like yesterday, but I want it done right, and I think it's worth an extra month, and hopefully they can have it to us for the next committee meeting, and so that maybe we can bring it to council next month. But that's my thought. I don't know about anyone else, but I don't think this was what we needed. I think it needs to have those particular information on there. Anybody have anything?
I just want to update everyone on my discussion with Ms. Washington prior to the meeting. We discussed the ordinance a little bit in detail. I believe there was a previously circulated street opening ordinance by Matt Kunis. What we're going to do is combine that one with the one that was placed with everyone's seat this evening.
From
So,
here.
yeah, and that's what John gave us Friday afternoon. So that, with those two combined, it should take care of all the concerns and hopefully be something that addresses everything that may come up.
Anyone have any comments?
I agree with you.
Mark?
I agree with you.
Okay, yeah, we need to have, I mean, we have to have it right.
Right.
And I think with that, and so we can go over the DPW meeting, so really, maybe we won't put it under ordinances, because I really don't think we should vote on it.
I agree. Everyone else is over.
And is there anything else after that? No. Any other questions for Public Works?
I do. Correct me wrong, just please refresh my memory. If someone or utility or is coming to cut out the street, they're required to come to you first, correct?
Yes,
They can't get away with it, so
that's correct.
I mean, I knew that, but I want to.
No, generally, all the utilities meet with the borough sometime early in the construction season to go over. I know that I'm expecting Butane Light to approach me because they're installing some meters. And Columbia Gas has met about the area up here north at this point. So I see them, and if it veers off, I know Councilman Washington is very aggressive about letting me know when things are, if it veers off, I'm in constant contact with them. So please make this a two-way. If something looks like or doesn't smell right, get to me immediately. I have a very open line of communication with them all.
Okay, thank you. Just wanted to let everyone know. Anything else for Linda, Public Works? Thank you, Linda. Next is Public Safety. Jim?
Motion to approve purchase of handheld ticket writing system. The budget number is 01-410-700.
Second.
Second by Linda, to approve the purchase of a handheld ticket writing system as budgeted. Do we have discussion on the motion? All those in favor
No,
say aye.
no.
Oh, I'm sorry, Linda.
What's the amount again for that?
I can let you start. I thought it was at 11.7. Is that, no, that was one.
About 14.
Oh, sorry, 13.769.
Right.
Can the motion be changed to show the $13,769?
So you're moving to amend that motion?
I did make the motion, Jimmy.
Motion was made by Councilman Cecile.
Amend the motion to add the $13,769.
We need a second on
So
that?
I'll second it.
Okay. So the motion's been amended as stated. Discussion on the new motion, amended motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Roll call, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ms. Heflin.
Aye.
Mr. Ciziani.
Aye.
Mr. Manosky. Mrs. Washner.
Aye.
Mr. Leonard. Mr. Camillo. Mr. Helbling. Mr. Sendisky. Motion carries.
Motion to approve hiring a part-time meter enforcement employee to be used by administration department during 3 parking periods. Budget number 1409140.
It's been moved and seconded to approve that motion. Discussion on the motion. Linda?
I just have reservations concerning this. Can you really back up the need to me that we need this particular position?
Well, like I said last time, there's the existing meter attendant we have also does meter collections, meter repairs. We don't have him out enough. Over the last year, we've lost, and I misquoted last time, we've lost a total of $11,000 in revenue from either tickets or meter collections. I can't say that 100% is that attributable to that, but for the most part it is. We don't have demand enough. Fred, the guy who's there now, also has another job. So he's not able to be there during other times. People know that. We've had, and this is why, the collections or ticket writing aspect of the numbers. People know when he's not there. So we have, there's plenty in the budget. Be right on line if we just put another person in. We will not overspend the budget. As a matter of fact, this will most likely pay for itself. So, everything points to better enforcement and no real cost to the borough. As a matter of fact, we'll probably be an income increase. We'll monitor that. I have no problem changing if situations change. But we monitor how much we get and whether it's worth this. But I think it is.
I personally would like to see it monitored, because you say we're losing 11,000. Well, if the person costs us 11,000 or 13,000, then,
But it's how much you get back into.
well, that's what you're saying, we're
Yeah, I mean, we
lost
have this much in the budget.
$11,000.
I'm sorry. We have this much in the budget, right? We have enough in the budget to pay his salary now, or her salary, or whatever it is. And anything that they pull in will actually, it'll pay for itself.
If there was a situation where Fred wasn't available through illness or something, then you would have somebody readily available.
Well, not only Fred, but also Cindy. If Cindy's not there, you need somebody down in the office.
Yeah.
The chief has been down there many times, but Cindy's not there because Fred's not available. That's not what the chief is supposed to be doing.
Right.
So we would have somebody available, 2 people, and then 1 person being outside. You cannot do both jobs.
That would be an advantage.
Absolutely.
Anybody else? I think it's worth doing and monitoring too. Just having a little more experience being on Main Street more often. Probably myself probably if it's by accident. So, and another thing, I know this has been talked about a lot, but maybe public safety, something I could just study this again. Because again, watching things now more than I'm on Main Street more often, I'm not sure, and I don't mean to discuss it now, but maybe discuss it in public safety in the future. I'm not sure that your idea was wrong, that spots are getting taken up and used all day because it's free.
You mean on Saturday?
Yeah, I'm seeing the same people stay there all day long. So I think it might be more of a disadvantage than an advantage, but it would take people asking questions and us asking around at the businesses to see what they notice too.
Yeah. I think we have to really stay on point with since we have a motion on the table.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, I got too far away, I'm sorry. Okay, thank you. Okay, so there is a motion on the table. Any more discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Motion carries. Roll call, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Leonard.
Aye.
Mr. Camello.
Aye.
Mr. Helbling.
Aye.
Ms. Heflin.
Aye.
Mr. Siziani.
Aye.
Mr. Menosky. Mr. Sandvisky. Mrs. Washner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay.
Motion to approve plumbing to repair Acorn sink toilet in the amount not to exceed $2,000. Budget number 1409140.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve bid of Fruit Plumbing for repair of Acorn sink toilet in the amount not to exceed $2,000. Discussion on that motion. Amendment.
Wasn't there another company the last time? Because I don't remember the name Fruit.
Bauer was the second one, and they never got back with a quote on it after looking at it.
Oh, okay, so Fruit was the one that was at on the
Fruit
last
came through with the
agenda?
quote.
Okay, okay.
Since, can I
Yeah, please.
ironically, the other toilet just went out this weekend, so we have no operating jail cell toilets at the present time.
These are your both.
But it rains, of course,
When you say, I'm sorry, I don't know, this Acorn sink toilet. Acorn?
it's the industrial toilet that has the catches in it for contraband. It's more than your average.
So that helps explain the high cost of the toilet.
It would have been much more had we did a full replacement of everything, but the parts itself, I think the system itself would probably be pushing 3,000. It's all stainless
And it's not good to have a constipated police department.
and
Keep your day
All
job.
right. Any more questions or discussion on that motion? Vince?
So with that, can we get a discount instead
I'll see if they can't troubleshoot the other one immediately and then do the repairs on the second one. I'm sure we can get the other one patched up for minimal cost until we can get a quote on that one too. I don't know what's wrong with it, it's just not fall shape.
Your next parts.
The roll.
Yeah.
Will the bucket concept work, you know? I mean,
I would get another rating, trust me.
that won't, because I know when a commode won't automatically flush, you use the bucket until.
That's the only way we can get them working right now.
No, that won't work.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Any other discussion on that motion? All those in favor say aye. Nays? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Washner,
Aye.
Mr. Sinvisky, Mr. Menosky, Mr. Siziani,
Aye.
Ms. Heffley,
Aye.
Mr. Helbling,
Aye.
Mr. Camello, Mr. Leonard.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, Jim.
Motion to approve resolution number 8-14 in support of Senate Bill 1340 and House Bill 1272, enabling municipal police to use the same motor vehicle speed timing equipment as the Pennsylvania State Police.
Second.
So moved and seconded to approve that long motion, so, discussion on the motion.
I have a question, what's the benefits compared to the equipment that we're using now?
We're the only state in the United States that cannot use radar or laser.
You don't have to set up scripts. It's easier that way. It's much easier to use. You can move it any place you want.
We don't set up anything with radar, it's just a gun. We sit anywhere, monitor speed, record speed. Yeah, there's little side streets that people say, there's speed up and down my street. It's almost impossible to monitor without radar guns.
So we have to drive more carefully.
Do we know the cost that's going to be involved with the equipment?
It's going to be way down the road in the state.
Yeah, this still has to go through the legislature.
This is in support of the bill.
The state police have a lot of equipment to get rid of.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Motion carries. Jim, anything else from you, public safety? That's it?
Just one thing, back on that issue you mentioned about parking on Saturday. After we and I have looked at it since we talked about it, I don't think we really have to do that for the municipal lots. I think Lincoln Avenue does think, but I do not think it's necessary for the municipal lots.
I would agree. Yeah. So,
Well, I think it should go to committee and be discussed.
yeah, probably can say, please talk about that again. Okay. Any other questions for Jim? Comments? Okay, next we have resolutions. The first resolution is a motion to approve resolution number 7-14, authorizing real estate tax refunds for specific properties as provided by the real estate tax collector.
I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution numbers 0714, authorizing real estate tax refunds for specific properties as provided by the real estate tax collector. Second.
It's been moved and seconded for that motion. Discussion on that motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Motion carries. Roll call, please.
Mr. Helbling,
Aye.
Mr. Siziani,
Abstain.
Ms. Heffley,
Aye.
Mr. Leonard,
Aye.
Mr. Camello, Mrs. Washner,
Aye.
Mr. Menosky, Mr. Sinvisky. Motion carries 7 ayes, 1 abstain.
Next motion, would someone like to?
I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution 1314 in support of actions taken in compliance of Shenango Code Works.
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve that motion. Is there discussion on it? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Motion carries.
Mr. President, that next item has been discussed already.
Okay. Next, we have the ordinances. Old business. Matt, please.
I want to go for the council. Just real quick, the Craigslist robbery case that was a couple weeks ago, if anybody saw it in the news or what have you, we have solved that case. 4 of my officers were able to take the case. If anybody isn't familiar with it, we had 2 my guys, the reason I mention it, they did an awesome job by using the web and other technology to lure the robbery, where they would show the victim pictures from using Facebook and different things of that nature. And it turned out that the suspect in this case was on parole, has a seven years of backup time. 2 robberies were cleared and no further crimes were involved outside of Wayne. So I just wanted to let everybody put it ease on that.
Thank you. Thank them.
I
Yes.
was just wondering what's the status of the DPW supervisor applications? I just didn't know where you were at.
Actually, I am calling one candidate in. I meant to do it last week and just got overwhelmed with the swimming pool library. I have one candidate that I want to call and talk to and make recommendations. And then I'm guessing we're going to run the other.
I was just
No, I'm agreeing with him.
Any other old business? New business? Anybody?
I have a business.
Then,
Okay. At Northgate tonight, they're having a comprehensive plan meeting. Now, we're the biggest community, and let's make the meeting during our council meeting, when we're having our council meeting, so that we can't attend. Now, if they don't know when we have our council meeting, maybe we need to remind them. But, and I don't know, they're bringing in 2 other communities. Did we vote on that? I mean, so we weren't even brought into the idea of adding 2 more to the comprehensive plan. They make a public meeting when we're having our council meeting, and we're the biggest community. What the heck is going on here? I have a problem with this. I think our planning commission really needs to have some better communication. This is, to me, it's not acceptable.
I will also contact Scott Keener and talk to him about this.
I emailed him. I emailed him today when he sent out the email that, you know, if he wants us to be part of this, then he can't do it when we have a council meeting. I mean, there are how many more days that we could have had that meeting, but no, he picks a day for a council meeting.
Okay, I agree, we should make it really clear that we need more involvement.
Mark?
Yes.
I would ask that the EAS be directed to send a letter outlining the problems that we have and to the
Yes. You got that wrong?
Got it.
Agreed.
But we also don't get communication from them. We don't know what they're doing.
that should be within the letter also.
So you have all the items that we talked about even earlier?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, good point. So that would be some of the talks with the solicitor and not having to.
Solicitor rotation, meeting date, frustration and communication. They express a desire for us to participate as the largest community and basically hire hands.
Well, be careful. The comprehensive plan is different than the tri-boroughs. They're 2 different things.
Understood.
But Scott is still head of both of them. And so in neither one are we getting communication. And the comprehensive plan, to put that together without, you know, on a day we can't attend is not really.
Then I'll cross out the rotation because that is the planning commission, not.
Yeah, the tri-boroughs, I mean,
The other
you
three
can
still-
put that in,
Okay.
but, yeah.
Got it, thank you.
Two different organizations.
Thank you. Any other new business? Jim?
I just want to make a comment. On the 31st, Shepherd's Door, Matt Hardy, last year he had something called the Amazing Race. I think it was 8 or 10 groups involved. And it became too large for Avalon Park, so he's using Memorial Park this year. I understand he's got 20 groups doing this. It's similar to a scavenger hunt, like. And it's remarkable, you know, that our parks are being used like this.
It's a really good event. It's a really good event. For those of you who don't know, that the groups of people go race around from one business to another, even in the North Boroughs, from Bellevue, even all the way down the Sunny Jim's, and, you know, they answer questions at each place or whatever the task may be or challenge, and then they're scored points and the winner wins the game. And in the meantime, people get to see a lot of places that they might not see. Yeah, so that's the point. So thank you, Jim. I have one other new business thing I'd like to ask public safety just to start looking into this, thoughts on this. We used to talk about this a lot, and it went up and down. I don't remember the last thing that happened, but I know we have a billy goat, but at the same time, in front of every store, there's a lot of cigarette butts, and it's dirty, and it's a bad impression. And so I remember years ago, we talked about, well, it shouldn't be the business owner's responsibility because they're not doing it, but yet some said it should be the business owner's responsibility because some of them do it and take care of their store. So could you please just put on your agenda to discuss some kind of strategy that instead of relying on the billy goat to do it, it still stays dirty all day. So my thought is that business owners were required to maintain their front sidewalk. I know it's a semi-hardship, but at the same time benefits them too. So could you please look at that seriously?
Take that as Mr. President.
Thank you. Yes.
Two things. I saw him out this morning with the billy goat, but I just want to let you know over the weekend, I don't know if it's going to be a trend or not, but Tara had assigned somebody that we arrested for littering to do community service, pick up trash, and she had to bring her trash and be in a bag and sign off on it. That's a first, but
Yes, hallelujah.
That's a great work.
I love that.
Great, thank you. And you arrested someone for littering?
one of my guys did, but they had to bring, she made them bring their trash back to me, showed us that they picked it up.
Good, that's great.
I like it.
Okay. Roberts, thank you. Okay, anything else, new business? Anybody? Okay, sorry, I know it's time to, make a motion to adjourn.
No.
Oh, no, sorry about that. Sorry, his glass is still there.
I've done that.
I've done it. Too anxious. Are the public, anyone would like to speak? Please.
Connie Rankin, Rich Avenue. Just to update you guys on the joint comprehensive plan, it's my understanding that Ben Avon is the only community that has drafted and possibly adopted the ordinance adding Ben Avon Heights and Kilbuck. That can't just be done. It requires an intergovernmental cooperation agreement, and that requires an ordinance. So Avalon hasn't advertised any such ordinance to date. Ben Avon's the only one that has. And whenever Scott put out this announcement that these two new communities were being welcomed into the group for the joint comprehensive plan, it made some people very nervous because it has not been approved by either Bellevue or Avalon. So just so that you guys are up to date on what's going on with that comprehensive plan, I think there is some communication problems, but it does require an ordinance by both Avalon and Bellevue in order to add Kilbuck and Ben Avon Heights.
For the record, that ordinance is currently in the possession of our solicitor.
Thank you, Connie. Next.
I don't have anybody to hold the camera, so can I? Sam, if you would. Thanks.
Where do I point?
I just realized what you were asking, can you just stay there? Thank you.
Thank
Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
Whoever's talking.
Whoever's talking. It's fine.
Okay, Nina Z. Batista, Orchard Avenue. So I didn't get a chance to read the agenda before I came in today, and then seeing the thing about monitoring during free parking. So are you guys talking about hiring somebody to ticket even when parking is free after they sit for more than 2 hours? Is that what the?
No, they basically during the year, when free parking is, it will be used by the administrative offices.
Okay, I was just gonna say, I had a concern about that with the free parking things. I think you guys had discussed it before, saying that even during free parking, you wanted to take it after 2 hours or not.
It still is enforceable,
Okay,
but we don't,
yeah.
I'll just say it's enforceable.
I would suggest that you be a little lenient on it, because if you want to encourage more people to come into the business district and spend time here, I went to Squirrel Hill last month, and originally, I wanted to go to 3 other stores before I left, and I had to get in my car and leave. So all of that went with me and went home. I spent nothing more than lunch at a pedicure there, and I was going to spend more. But just so you guys know, if the business district, when the business district really does start to pick up, you may want to consider extending to 2 hours, because it really isn't enough time for people to truly take advantage of the business district. That's all, thanks. Oh, and I agree with you about, oh gosh, what was the last thing that you were saying? And I was like
You said
shaking
a
my
lot.
head like this, like yes, yes, yes.
I said a lot.
Oh, about the community planning, I don't understand why they.
The comprehensive plan.
I was like dumbfounded, I'm like, I don't understand that.
Too.
Yeah, so, yeah, I don't get it, but thank you.
Thank you, Denise.
Thanks.
I believe on those new systems that have in pits in the city, there might be a max of 2 hours, but you can also say your hour had passed when you came out from one shop. No matter what location you are in the city, you can add more time to it from any place that you're at.
I was worried that I would get ticketed because somebody would have seen my carb there for more than, you know what I mean? For more than 2 hours. Oh, well, I was following the rules, the 2-hour rule, and I was like, well, I guess I gotta go, you know, so.
It's a good one, thank you.
Thanks, Vince.
You like to speak?
I do.
Okay. Please.
My name is Lisa Socha, and I am the owner of AMS One America, and I am also a borough resident. I was raised here since the age of 4, moved away for 10 years, came back, and I've raised our family for the last 25 years. I am here today, I never come and speak, but I'm here today as a concerned resident and as a business owner. I haven't had an former employee, which is now a current employee, that applied for a position, has asked me to speak. Applied for a position, his name is Michael Klosek. He applied for the position of manager. He put his application in late by a few days. The only conversation that Michael has ever received is a phone call from the administrator, Kathy Halligan, that called and said that the borough pool manager's position had been closed. And would he be interested in the assistant manager's position? He then said, certainly. He never received another phone call back. He never had a job offer. He never had a letter sent to say whether or not a position was offered to him or that he wasn't qualified. However, it was brought to my attention, his name was presented here to you as council for a position as assistant manager. I think that I would strongly recommend, knowing that I have 20-some years in the aquatics industry, I have 50 to 75 employees, and my business practice for hiring is quite extensive. Least of which, minimally of which, is a phone conversation and a personal one-on-one interview before I present a person for hire. I don't know how many of you are aware that he was never spoken to, position was never offered, but yet you all voted on him to be hired. You have no idea if he has the qualifications. You have no idea if he's an upstanding citizen in your community, of which both of those he is more than. It's only my intention to be able for this council to move forward in your better business and hiring process, that all of you be involved and have a check and balance system in place. Thank you.
Can I answer that? I'm not real comfortable talking since you're talking for him, but just to clear up some of your misinformation, his application was stamped. He applied April 3rd. The deadline was February 28th, so it was more than a few days. He was told at that time that he had missed by quite a bit the deadline for the pool manager.
Certainly.
So he had missed that process.
Absolutely.
So he would not be considered for that position.
Well, no, that sentence didn't happen, but that's okay. I'm not negating that piece. I'm negating the
Some of what you're saying is not exactly how it happened. He was not interviewed because he was a previous employee with the borough.
Wouldn't you like to know whether or not he wanted the position, or how much a salary negotiation, what job responsibilities he would be responsible for?
Well, I
Or
don't
do
know how
you
much you
just
want to
hire
get
them
into
and
I
learn
think
them?
we have to be careful going back and forth here.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm done, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, your points.
Well taken.
Okay, did you want to say anything?
No, I'm just saying that a lot of your information is not correct.
And I'm saying it's 100% correct. And if you would like the gentleman to come in, he'll be happy to do so. I was just bringing this as a better business practice for the future for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think we need to look at our process. And in fact, I feel uncomfortable with Kathy calling.
We followed, see, this is when I get upset, because this is what happened with innuendos the other month.
Uh-huh.
We followed every single procedure that the borough has. Every single hiring was done properly and went through every single channel.
But did Kathy make the phone call?
Yes, that was
I've been
all.
uncomfortable why Kathy would be making the phone call. You know, I mean, is that appropriate for her?
She's the administrative assistant.
Yes.
She can make-
You think that's, okay.
Yeah, no.
I'm just saying if that's your policy, you might want to reevaluate it. That's all I'm saying.
We always look to make improvements. I thank you for your insight. I mean, when we're hiring 50 and 60 employees for 3 different areas, we were just attempting to get everything processed in the most appropriate way we could. I thank you for your comments. I will make sure that they tweak. I mean, we do
It's just one
screen all our
step.
applicants. I too have 15 years in personnel in my resume, so I understand the importance of all that. So thank you so much.
And when you hire someone, will you actually have a conversation with them?
I have conversations.
Normally you do.
I talk to everybody.
Well, you didn't talk to
Thank
him.
Okay, thank you, and I think it's appropriate for us to we're not supposed to go back and forth from like this, so thank you. I mean, it's all been said, so I think, thank you. And, any other comments, questions? Okay. Okay, anybody else would like to speak? Tom, no, yes? Okay. Okay, then. Do we have a motion to
Would you like to
adjourn?
make a motion to adjourn?
Second. We move and second to adjourn. Do we vote on this? I can't remember. All in favor, say aye.